We are joined by UC San Diego head coach Brad Rostratter and student athletes Anthony Cherfan and Sebastian Lara after a first-round loss in the Hawaiian Islands presents the 2024 Outrigger Big West Men's Volleyball Championship. Coach, if you could just start us off with an opening statement about tonight's match.
Yeah, credit to Northridge. They played well. We knew they were a good team, so it wasn't anything that caught us off guard, but they really did some things well. Their block did a really good job slowing down our offense and affecting our offense. Their service pressure was something that has been a cornerstone of them all season, and they continue to do that. And Kyle Hobus and Donovan Constable are two really good players, and everyone else really stepped up around them, which was good for them and not so good for us.
Just your thoughts of being here in Hawaii, and overall the game was competitive. Just what kept you guys in it throughout the game?
Yeah, overall right now I'm a victim of the moment where it kind of sucks. But, I think this experience and being here is pretty unique and pretty special. And that's not lost on me or any of the guys, win, lose, draw, or whatever else could happen in between. What kept us in it is we got a resilient son of guns in our locker room, and these two guys are resilient as well, and they've all been very, very resilient throughout the year. We haven't had the smoothest year by any stretch of the imagination, but we got some competitive guys who are high character guys, and they loved each other, and they love each other now, and that's always going to keep a team together and keep a team in it regardless of a result.
Can you talk a little bit about this duo who it seems like every match they're 1-2 or 2-1 in kills. What have they meant to this team this season?
Yeah, both additions to the program that have had an impact, and yeah, like on these stat sheets they're up there, but I think it's more the stuff that no one gets to see, whether it being in the weight room, in the practice gym, or just off the court spending time with each other. They've added a ton of value, and along with everyone else we brought in, and we don't look at kills as value, we look at people as value, and they've added a ton of value to our program, and they've pushed us to be better. We don't mind that they're pretty good volleyball players with that. That's definitely a plus. But I think the biggest piece is really they've pushed us to think differently about our process, about our competition, about our practices, about our training. And that's always good when you have new ideas, new thoughts, and it comes from two hardworking people.
Coach just mentioned that you've pushed the team to think differently. How have you thought differently this year here at UC San Diego?
Relative to the rest of the guys, I'm a pretty new volleyball player. Don't have much experience. Been coached and taught a certain way, but coming into this program, I have truly opened my eyes and kept an open learning process when it came to the new ideas, the new ways of playing defense, the new blocking skills and techniques. And so just going in every day with a grind mindset keeps me going behind the scenes, and when the curtains are closed, to on the court with the guys, or even on the bench sometimes. Just having that mindset is what drives me.
Yeah, sort of like Anthony said, I'm sort of new to volleyball as well, and I feel like this year sort of evolved as a player, just overall, and the coaching staff has just made me think of volleyball in a completely different light, and different ways to kill the ball, different ways to pass the ball, how to see the block open up. And I have aspirations of playing overseas, and he's bringing in a bunch of film from overseas players and plays, and I'm super grateful for that because I know it's going to go a long way, and we still have one more year to go, and I'm looking forward to keep evolving.
Coach, what are you looking forward to in this offseason and growth for next year?
Might need a second there. I'd say the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is we had 3 seniors, or 3 guys that will be moving on, and the fact that we get to bring back 18 guys And the same thing last year. We got to bring back 18 guys. We brought in 3 guys. And just the strides we have made in terms of the relationships we've created, the bonds we've built, the way we've thought about things, the way we've practiced, the way we've trained, the way we've opened our eyes and perspectives in some different areas. I'm excited to see more of that, right? And like, ultimately we're here to win volleyball games, but within that, if we're growing, if we're improving, if we're getting better, those results will end up coming. And yeah, it sucks and it's pretty crappy right now, but the excitement comes, and the reason why we'll wake up tomorrow and be ready for next year is because we're helping young men learn to grow and learn to respond and learn to continue bouncing back, because resiliency is what everyone needs. And I'm thankful for those 21 guys in the locker room that had so much resiliency throughout the year, for me and for the rest of the coaching staff, for the rest of UCSD athletics.
I just want to know, so you mentioned, learning or different perspective or how you look at the game of volleyball. If both of you can expand on that just a little bit, be more specific, that'd be great.
I go first. Yeah, I feel like coming into volleyball is sort of, offensively wise, just hit the ball as hard as you can and hope for the best. And this year I've really learned to, be sort of methodical and like approaching the ball and seeing the block and doing 2-hand throws and throwing with one hand. And a lot of this stuff is he sort of brings in from overseas and helping me see that. And I've never done that before this year. So I'd say that's the biggest thing for me, is just seeing my approach offensively and finding different ways to kill the ball that I've never had before.
Yeah, Sebastian expanded on some great points there. Opening up your toolbox and truly trying to find different ways to kill the ball. As a player evolving, I see that those attacks and those tips or sometimes roll shots or over the block swings can be very effective. But then there's also times where you might have to joust or make a different play. And I thought that was my biggest upgrade this year. And I'd say that the coaches did a great job, and also players. So next season or next year, whatever you guys want to call it, that starts tomorrow. So we're ready to go.
Thanks so much, guys. Congrats on a successful season.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.